Hi, welcome to Wholeheartedly for the Lord Bible Journaling with Sherry. Today's process video will be another woman of the Bible, Lot's wife. And this is a warning and a lesson for us all, and I hope you are inspired and encouraged and even warned by this video. So I'll be working in this little journaling Bible called Journal the Word. It's the New Testament only, and it's kind of like an interleaved Bible, and you only have one side that you can write or journal on, and I think it's really nice. It's an interesting way to Bible journal. It's just like my mini garden Bible, except it's like an interleaved Bible, and I hope they come out with an Old Testament one. I'll be happy to get it. This is for those of you who are new to my channel. This is my old mini garden Bible, which I love and adore. I think I adore it so much because I like the feel of this particular Bible. And I have given these away, and I may do another giveaway for that as well, because I just love mini garden Bible, especially for those who are intimidated by Bible journaling. This is my second one because, as you can see, the other one got so thick. This Bible was in my car. It's an old Bible, and I didn't want to buy a new one, and so I just grabbed it and put a cover over it, and then I've been journaling in it. It's okay. It doesn't give me the same feel as my original one. Maybe I'm just fond of it, but I do journal in it. The pages are kind of warped because it's been in my car. You know, I use it if I'm driving somewhere and I'm just sitting down and I want to pull out the Bible. So, but I am slowly working in it, and I'm getting better with it. I think I'm just going to order another cover for it. This one I purchased on sale, another kind of Bible. I just don't know how to break it in yet, so I think I've shown that one before, but I eventually will. And so I'll be working in that first Bible that I showed you, which is sitting right there with the flowers. Again, those of you who are new to my channel, this is an old 2019 planner I purchased from Amazon, and this is the guide that I personally use to do my Women of the Bible, the cultural history of the women. I read the scripture, of course, I pray, the definition of any names. I use commentary, I reflect and pray. I have lessons that I learn. I talk about her story and how it relates to me personally, and hopefully it may relate to you. And then I use my study Bibles and different commentators or commentary that I study from quite often. And I just decorated this planner strictly for Women of the Bible only. It's where I keep all of my notes. I like to, as you can see, put stickers and different things in there, and I just write as I'm studying them. Any kind of insights that I get, I just jot it all here. And I really want to build this planner to be just that. All of the women in the Bible that I personally study. I may not do every woman in the Bible, but the women that I study. And so I've done different women, and I have a video playlist of the women that I've done so far. I don't do them often. I just do them as I'm led or I feel like I want to share. And then there are others where they're like Beautiful Good News has many women of the Bible, many, and I would do some of those sometimes, and I'll put that in here, like this one right here. That's from Beautiful Good News. If you use code Sherry20, you'll get 20% off. But I may do it here, but because it's a woman of the Bible, I will do it here, even though I may not film it for you guys. So I've done it here, and I'm just flipping through to show you some of the women that I have done personally and or in my videos. And today, like I said, I will be working with Lot's wife. Cautionary tale for us. Cautionary tale for us, and I hope that you are blessed by it. And then I'm just going to do a quick flip through of my, not a flip through, but the Bible that I'll be using, which is the Encourage Bible. I don't use that often. I only use that for Women of the Bible because it matches this planner, and I don't use that Bible often, so I used it for this particular study. And I'm just showing you right now the notes that I've taken on Lot's wife and some reflections, and then I will be in this Bible right here, which is called the Encourage Bible. Thank you for watching, and remember, if I can Bible journal, so can you. Take care. If you are not familiar with this story, please check out Genesis chapter 19, where the Lord sends two angels to destroy the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. The wickedness has reached up to the heavens, and the Lord was ready to destroy that city, those two cities. And Lot and his wife and his family were all there. And Lot was a righteous man, and being in that city, it vexed his spirit because it was so much wickedness going on in that area that it just bothered him so much. And the Lord was going to destroy the land because of the evil that was in it. I mean, they just did things that were perverse and evil all of the time. And the Lord was just done with it. He said, I'm going to do away with the city. But like God, when his children are involved, he always protects his children from the wrath that is about to come. We are affected by things, but we are saved from them because the Lord keeps us. And he sent those angels over there to urge Lot and his wife and his family to get out, to hurry, because the Lord is going to destroy these cities. That was it. Then the other command was, hurry up, get out, and don't look back. Lot and his family hesitated somewhat. For whatever reason, I don't know, but the angels almost really grabbed their arms and like, you have to go. Remember, the command was not to look back. He didn't say to take anything. He just said to flee from this city. Well, cautionary tale, we know what happened with Lot's wife. She looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt. So much so that Jesus in Luke chapter 17, he reminds his disciples to remember Lot's wife. So she is a monument of divine judgment when we disobey God. And partial obedience is no obedience at all. It's not obedience. Just because she left doesn't mean that she obeyed. And just because she left didn't mean that she obeyed from her heart. Because she turned and she looked back, and see, where your heart is, that's where your treasure is. And her heart, her affection, her love was in Sodom and Gomorrah. We don't know much or anything about Lot's wife. It just said Lot's wife, so we don't even know her name. She could have been a woman from the area. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, according to history, she was not part of the covenanted people. Maybe that played a part in it, because God tells us not to be unequally yoked. This is why we are not to be unequally yoked, because when your heart is with the Lord and you want to obey him, if your mate is not saved or doesn't want to obey the Lord, therein lies a struggle. And what are you going to do? Do you go with your spouse who is disobedient to the Lord, or do you keep straight and follow ahead and obey God? And that's a tough decision. And we have to be resolute and uncompromising when it comes to our walk with Christ. That's just the bottom line. Whether we're married or single, obedience to God comes first. And so Lot's wife shows us just where her heart is. There wasn't much commentary on Lot's wife, because it's just a strict warning for us not to look back and to remember her and look at what happened to her as a result of her disobedience. So that I won't be redundant, what I did find was a sermon, a really, oh my goodness, it's just a heart-penetrating sermon from Charles H. Spurgeon on Lot's wife. And I'm going to read some of the excerpts from that sermon that I gleaned from it that were so powerful. And Charles Spurgeon notes, when the time for separation for Lot's wife came, she could not tear herself away from the world. It showed her, this is my part here, Lot's wife showed her affection for the world and the things of the world rather than God. And so Charles Spurgeon goes on to say, she has always loved and been in the world and delighted in it. Though associated with the gracious man, she defied God's command, and as a result, she perished. And he says, the love of the world is death. Those who cling to sin must perish. Hold to the world with a loose hand. She didn't do that. She held tightly, so much so that she only took a glance. That's all it took. She just turned and glanced, and she was turned into a pillar of salt. The command was, don't look back. She should have stayed forward, obeyed the Lord, and she would have been saved. But she didn't do that. And so Lot had to keep on going. And I know that was hard for him, but he couldn't look back. He chose to obey God over following his wife. And so now she is remembered as a monument of defiance, of disrespect for the Lord and love for the world. This is so sobering for me because it's so sad that she could have been saved from wrath if she just would have stayed forward and obeyed God. And how much do we forfeit when we disobey God, when I am disobedient and disrespectful to the laws and the commands of God? Thank God for grace and mercy, and he offers forgiveness, but she shows us what happens to a person when we hold on to this world, when we hold on to this world's goods. And it makes me think, now, if the Lord came to me today, which he wouldn't do it in this way, but if he somehow told us that we needed to get out of this land and don't take anything with us and don't look back, would I look back? Would I look for my iPad and my iMac and my cell phone and my car or my mementos or anything that would remind me of my former life? Or will I be obedient and just pick up and go as the Lord had commanded me to? You see, it hits home when we think about those personal things that we are attached to, that I am attached to. And the question is, will I look back? I must remember that my soul or my affections cannot be attached to the things of this world, because at any given moment, if he tells me I have to give them up, or if I should lose them, I must know that I'm not losing my soul, that I must stay forward and be obedient to God. I hope you were challenged and blessed by this video, and to remember Lot's wife, because Spurgeon said to be divided from the world, its possessions, its maxims, its motives, is the mark of a disciple of Christ. Remember Lot's wife. If Jesus told us to remember her, we need to keep in mind what affections to this world can cause us. Thank you for watching and take care. Bye.